I never thought I would see the day where the game is late and not me. That's very weird. But we are here, we are ready, the game just bounced, and I am here. Let me check if the stream is live. I don't know if the stream got the full intro, but like I get ready for the stream, I'm just like, oh no, I'm late. The game's late. The game started 2 minutes later. I'm just like, okay, cheers, mate. Hello, NBA, how you doing? And let me get two screens up so I can. Hello, Mask. Not a new record for you guys. I literally just went live and you're both there already. Have I seen the World Cup? I've been following the scores. I haven't been watching all of it. It's just with the time zones and everything. Cancel my trip to. I didn't agree to that. That's a whole one-sided thing. I never agreed to this forfeit. I don't know what you're talking about, mates. Technically, I cancelled my trip last year, but I booked a new flight, so I've redone the cancelling part. This is actually the flight that I cancelled last year. I'm finally finishing the path I originally meant to go on. You're furious because Wins World Cup is on because instead of this game. Oh, what? They're not showing both? Do you not have like different channels or something? Or do you like. I don't know. It's quite a big weekend. Got a big AFL round. Got the women's quarterfinals. The Premier League is back this weekend. Well, it's already started yesterday. Arsenal are playing in about 2 hours. Gonna try and follow that as well. Well, not all of it because I'll have to go to work before after half time. It says on 7 AFL is on. Ah. Well, I'm watching on Fox. I mean, that's the live pass channel anyway. Surely it's got to be on some channel. Hey, Adelaide almost beat Brisbane. They were a goal away. What's going on? Has anyone come closer than that at the Gabba this season? Excuse me. Bless me. Hello, Mason. How you doing? Carlton are conceding 72 points a game in 2023, ranked second. That's second worst, right? I'm fairly sure. Or was that second best? I'm very confused. Is that good or bad? Ranked two as in what? They're the second best in terms of not. I don't even know. Never mind. Might be second best actually. Collingwood twice. The Collingwood home one was the worst one, I think. Because they basically couldn't play in the last quarter. They still only lost by a point, but they couldn't hold on. But in the last quarter, they were like nowhere to be seen. They're just fighting for their lives that whole quarter. Feel bad for Adelaide, yeah. They're going to miss out on finals as well. Like, they need a lot of fortune. Like, obviously they got to win the two games, but they need other teams to fail. It's not going to happen. But the fact they've been so close is quite mad. At least I know how it feels. I'm referring to the game where we played them and didn't win. I like them, but they're still one of my favourite teams after Hawthorn, so. Still haven't seen them play live. And I still won't when I visit in the September. If Adelaide won and Carlton won, there's Geelong's final chance is gone. Yep. Still no score in this one. Is that deliberate? No. Mr. Cat's enemy is still alive. I need to record Stupid Idiots at some point. Because literally the day after round 24, I'm gone. I'm flying to Australia, mate. Just a little bit tight because obviously tickets and finals go on sale while I'm on the plane. I'm going to Australia again in March for the F1. That goes on sale on the 28th. I'm just like, the timing, mates. The timing. I need more fortune here. I'm prepared for early access to that. Hopefully I get it, because you get picked for that one. The one time I show up early, nobody scores anything. I know, right? It's already been a quarter of the quarter. No one wants to score. If I had turned up 10 minutes late as usual, it would be 2018. Yeah, probably. They should listen to you more often. You told him to watch Collingwood versus Hawthorn. Look what happened. That game was not at prime time. I was not waking up for that. Woken up. I've got a few games on my list. I just haven't got round to them. I got Richmond Hawthorn, Melbourne Adelaide, Dogs GWS, Essendon Sydney, West Coast North, Essendon West Coast, Geelong Port Adelaide, GWS Sydney, Freo Brisbane, Collingwood Geelong, North Essendon and Brisbane Adelaide. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do all that. I got to record Stupid Idiots as well. And some finals previews the week before I go, because once I'm gone, I'm gone. Who I want to win. My predictions. Here they are, guys. I'll have to do those like straight after the games finish. No, but then I'm going to work that day. Oh, no. That's going to be hectic. The day before I go to Australia, round 24 ends. I've got some prediction videos to make, and the next day I'm departing. Where's Hawthorn Richmond? It's on my list. It's the first one I mentioned when I just went through my list. I didn't charge my camera battery, did I? Let me do that. You tipped Carlton not knowing that Melbourne have beaten Carlton 8 times in a row, but you're sticking with it. I mean, it's doable. Carlton, the wins they've had recently, you can't really, fault that. They smashed Port Adelaide and they beat Collingwood. Well, Collingwood wasn't a big margin, but they were dominant against Collingwood, so they could beat Melbourne. It's possible. What did they do against Brisbane? What happened in that game? I'm just curious to know their top 4 record, because it's pretty solid against the top 2. Well, it's not actually. Wait, Port Adelaide not even top 2 anymore. So just I keep forgetting that. I wouldn't mind Carlton winning just because of Brisbane getting second. that Koza mark was pretty good. Much like his goal last year that I saw. But yeah, I wouldn't like. I tipped Melbourne. I think I tipped Melbourne. I've tipped Melbourne, but I would like Carlton to win because the Lions would get second. Excuse me. I've got all 3 Saturday tips right so far. I got yesterday's tip wrong. But no, I tipped Carlton. Oh, I tipped Carlton. Okay. Let's go, Carlton. Master gonna look at this and be like, he's a Carlton fan. How dare he? How dare he lie to us? I am still a Hawk. Hawthorn through and through. I bet stream Brisbane v Collingwood next week. What is that Friday? That's Friday night, right? Yeah. Don't worry. I won't agree to overtime next Friday. Don't worry. Yesterday I thought, hey, an extra half shift pay to take to Australia. I'll take that. That was my whole reasoning behind doing overtime yesterday. It's not that I wanted to miss the game. I remember I said no to overtime for Port Adelaide Collingwood. That was worth it, but yeah, I thought I'd get an extra bit of money in, and I think I'm doing an extra 2 hours tomorrow as well. But yeah, as long as I wake up on time, Collingwood Brisbane next week, I shall do. And also, okay, St Kilda, Geelong, Adelaide, Sydney is the double header. What's on Sunday? Fremantle, Port Adelaide. Yeah, I am not waking up at 7 a.m. for Fremantle, Port Adelaide. I'm sorry. I'm not waking up at 6 a.m. either to watch Melbourne smash Hawthorn. What's in the very last round? Let's look at the very last round. Alright? Essendon, Collingwood. As long as I wake up, I will be there. Or I will be square. Geelong Dogs and West Coast Adelaide in round 24. West Coast Adelaide, that's way too late. Because I have to go to work before full time. But Geelong Western Bulldogs, that's a huge game. The stakes could not be higher. Damn, on the last day you got Port, Richmond, Sydney, Melbourne and Carlton GWS. I might have to wake up at 7 a.m. for the last one. We got a score, guys! It took half the quarter. But Carlton lead. Yes! I did not confess, mate. People think you're a Carlton fan because the one time I said I wanted Carlton to win all their games, take 3 on Hawthorn. Is that why? I don't know. Wait, it's not even a Sunday night game. I just realised. It's 9:10 a.m. That's only like 1 hour earlier than this. Yeah, as long as I wake up, I can do it. Excuse me. No promises, but I might do some reactions tomorrow. At least I do the ones listed for this round, because some people will watch more. Whoa, that's a terrible kick. Collingwood, Geelong, North, Essendon, Brisbane, Adelaide. I'll do at least one of those. Maybe leave the stream 5 minutes when I come back to somebody scoring. I don't know about that one, Chief. Not sure, mate. Someone explained to you how who decided Sydney deserved to get the 3:20 afternoon game. I don't know, but me personally, I'm not complaining because that means I have to wake up at 6:20 a.m. to watch it. To watch Carlton GWS, I mean. Charlie Mark. Charlie Kerner scored 52-27 from set shots in 2023. That's a pretty damn good record. Pretty damn good record. We have our first goal of the game. There is 8 minutes left in the first quarter. What a slow start. The 6:10 p.m. game. Yeah. To be fair, Carlton, I think it was Carlton Essendon. They had a Sunday night game, I remember. They had one at this time. So I think they just wanted to change it up a little bit in some rounds. If it was Carlton GWS playing for the last final spot, who would I be wanting to win? Carlton, now hear me out. Hear me out. I don't like the Giants that much, if I'm being honest. I like their club song, but I don't like the Giants that much. And also, I predicted Giants to finish last. So if they made the finals, I would look... Yeah, Mr. Cat just said it, actually. Mr. Cat literally just said it. If I predicted them last and they make the 8, I am finished. No one will ever trust me. They trust me in my predictions ever again. Like, that is the end of everything. That is worse than Collingwood 17th. That I did last year. It is so much worse. At least with Collingwood, everyone thought they'd do that badly. GWS, it wasn't as much of a popular opinion as Collingwood last year. If the Giants win, my chance of finals tickets goes way up. True. But I would also argue if the Lions win, it also increases my chances because there's a higher chance of a Gabba ticket. So anything could work out. Looking at the 8, at the moment you got Collingwood at home against Port Adelaide. That's a sellout. Brisbane, Melbourne at the Gabba. There's a possibility there. Carlton, St Kilda, and Sydney Western Bulldogs. Okay, it's not. Can Sydney drop, please? So we can. Just 2 Melbourne finals is a bit tricky. Are they going to wait till December again, by the way, to announce the AFL fixture? I kind of hope they announce it like after the season ends in October. That would be useful so I can sort out flights when I visit in March. At the end of last week, the ladder had 4 MCG games. Yeah, that shows how quickly it can change. GWS will trash Port Adelaide by 80 plus points. You think the Giants will trash Port Adelaide by 80 plus points away at Eden Oval? It's not happening, bro. I know Port have lost form, but they're not that bad. At the end of last week, ladder, yeah, okay. Who would win Carlton versus GWS round 24? Honestly, that could go either way. That's a pretty interesting game. That could be anything. I don't really know. It's hard to tell. Like you can't even say in that game. You can't even say like home advantage or anything because no matter where that game is played, anything goes. And you'd imagine that, it could be a playoff for the 8, Or you never know, maybe they'll both be in the 8 at that point. This season's been quite bonkers, so maybe it doesn't matter. We shall find out in a few rounds. You do realise the Juniors would have won at three of the hardest venues to play at Mars Stadium against the Dogs, Oval against the Crows, and GMHBA against the Cats. Okay, the last one is definitely the most impressive. Having said that, they normally win at the GMHBA. They like that field. They like the dimensions of it. It works for them. It suits how they play. At the MCG, they don't beat Geelong like that. But aside from that, yeah, Mars, Western Bulldogs, that was very impressive. I get that. Adelaide at the Oval, but Port Adelaide at the Oval is very tough. I think that's the toughest game out of those 4. Like, Geelong is a tougher game, but for the Giants, Port Adelaide away is harder. For most teams, Geelong away is harder, I feel. Port, the last 2 games they won, 44 losses, they were behind when the Siren went against Essendon and beaten 3/4 by the Suns. They've been figured out. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Essendon did have them until after the Siren. The Suns did play well. Okay, I'll give you that. But I'm just saying, the Giants winning there will be it'll be a very hard thing to do. If they do it, fair enough. All right, Mr. Cat gives me another L. I've taken too many L's from Mr. Cat this season. It's very sad. That Western Bulldogs Essendon argument that finished me when the Dogs smashed Essendon. So I am praying for Port Adelaide to win because I look even worse. We need to drop the Giants from the 8s. My agenda must agend. Who the Giants got next week? If they do win, that'll be very interesting. They got Essendon. Oh, Giants Essendon next week. Oh, mates, the internet is about to go off. Davidoff streams are on crazy mode. That's at 7:35 a.m. next Saturday. Oh, my days. I mean, I am off next Saturday. Well, for now anyway. I could agree to overtime. But regardless of if I had overtime or not, I'd be able to watch that game if I woke up on time. That's a more exciting game than 2 night games that same day. Port can't win the Premiership and don't finish second. Don't put your stupid spelling mistakes. Keyboard's broken. Don't worry, I don't really check stream comments for stupid idiots. Sometimes I do, but like it's just really long going through the whole stream. I know you can just like skip to the end. When you skip to the end, it doesn't always show the whole chat. Sometimes it glitches. Gotta click through it a little bit. It's just really long. And then you look at comments. I know Mr. Cat said some crazy things in the stream that would be great for stupid idiots, but it's just too much to keep up with. Brisbane will roll them in Queensland. Yeah, if that's if that's the game that happens, yeah. Yeah, Brisbane will thwart the Saints, I agree. Who have Brisbane got next week? Oh yeah, Collingwood. Brisbane, please win that game. I lead the Lions in second. This is not because of a ticket. I want to see this team that hasn't lost at the Gabba. I want to see if they're about it in the finals. I want to see if they choke, fine, I'll take the loss. But I need to see them at home in the finals. I need that. Even if I can't get a ticket, I want to see what happens. They will lose to Brisbane, unfortunately. Another behind. Melbourne have not scored anything. We'll lose to Collingwood, unfortunately. Okay. I mean, that's a fair. I mean, I'm probably going to tip Collingwood, if I'm being honest, but I'm hoping the Lions can do something. They did something against Melbourne. Yeah, they choked in the end, but like for most of that game, they were better. I hope they can pull something off. I hope. It's all about hope. Brisbane have won every game at the Gabba this season. This could be their best chance at a grand final, you know. But they got to finish second. I don't think if they have to go through away games, I don't think they'll make it. But then that means they're losing the grand final. It'd just be another blowout. No one wants another blowout grand final, apart from the winning team. Melbourne have the chance with just a minute left. They have a chance at their first scores. Yes, that's Melbourne's first score of the game, and they're only 3 points behind. You know, what a great game this is. This is the game that I miss, that I don't miss. And in yesterday's game, both teams scored over 100 points. It's at Marvel, so there's hope. Yeah, Brisbane are good at Marvel. Yeah, they're better there than the MCG by far. Saints remind me when West Coast 2021, when it was obvious if they made finals they'd lose to whoever they played by 100 plus, and we're just waiting for like 6 weeks for them to fall out the 8. They've won 10 times at the Gabba at least in the last 5 seasons, including this one. And of course, since their last win in 2021, they've won, what, 46 games since. At least the West Coast Eagles won a flag, you know. And there's years before that, but, you know. They were very good that season that they won the flag. Then they slipped down. The Saints haven't reached that height. And they're already falling off. "50 of the last 58 wins at the Gabba is absurd." It is indeed. They don't win at the Gabba in finals without rigged. Now you're bringing up the Richmond game again, yeah, from last year. I don't think it was rigged. Excuse me. 15 seconds. Nine, 6. I'll be back. I'm not even going anywhere. I'm just going to the kitchen. I've lost track of how the stream works. Is there some sort of like 100 points record in this game? Because they just said at quarter time, let's hope for 100 points, 90 left. I'm just like, well, why? Maybe Carlton on a 100 point streak? I don't even know. Imagine traveling. Imagine time traveling to after the 2020. Sorry, I can't even read. Imagine time traveling to 2018 Grand Final and telling a West Coast fan that they play with Collingwood in 5 years, 18th versus first, and West Coast would be bottom. They would be very shocked, that's for sure. But the flag has a cloud over it, which would include their best team that year. I don't think people remember it like other premiers. I think people will remember it because it was such a good game, first of all. It's one of the best Grand Finals we've seen in the last 10 years. Probably the best in the last 10 years, actually. When was the last Grand Final that was that good? Time travel. Back to 2018, until the West Coast fan, they'd lose 2 games in a row by 100 plus and 5 out of 10 by 100 plus, including to 18th. How can I hate GWS? Well, I don't hate them, but I just don't like them. Best player in the comp, Toby Green. I'm not sure he's the best player in the comp, but he's a very good player. I feel like they've earned the right to be in the comp, unlike the Suns. That's a fair argument. The Suns haven't made the finals yet. They have improved, but you know, the Giants have actually like shown they're a bit of a threat. That's fair. Toby Green's also the dirtiest player in the comp. So any good playing abilities is overlooked because of his illness blue on field. Yeah, to be fair, he is underrated because of that. But like when he does actually play football, he's very good. Here we go. The D's. Goal. Half the scores, but they lead. Both scores are goals. Melbourne had not scored a single point until like a minute before the end of the first quarter. Now they're ahead. Gonna share the stream out. behind for Carlton again. Tokens already underrated anymore. In the last few weeks, many in the media have, and many fans have started declaring him best player in the comp many times. Okay, fair enough. Did I put the right tags on this game? I did. Imagine if he played for a team like Richmond over the Premiership era, or Collingwood, how rated he'd be. True. No, hard it is for a small forward. Every defender knows is going to get the ball because he kicked 4 goals a game. True. I'm aware he's very good. I don't think he's best in the comp, but I think he's very good. But yeah, he would be higher rated at a better team. Oh, Mr. Cat, you have good news. The commentators just said welcome to the Melbourne viewers because Australia just won on penalties in the Women's World Cup. That's probably why they probably thought it was going to finish before this game started. Mr. Cat is jumping for joy now. He can turn off Kaio. Chance for Van Rooyen. It's in behind. That's Melbourne's first behind. We know the pronunciation lesson. What is it? KO. KO. Yes. I got it right, right? It looks like a word to say KO. Can you imagine? If I say Uluru, did I say Uluru? Did I say it? Is that correct? If I say Uluru right, the tour guys might be surprised. Imagine I woke up now, like over half an hour, no, almost an hour late. I come in, I'm just like, oh, I've only missed 3 goals. I'm losing sleep over this. Definitely not waking up tomorrow. No chance. I might. It's a possibility I might do early games next week because I got the weekend off, but no guarantees. They probably use London's butchering it. Ain't it also called Ayers Rock? Yes, I can't pronounce that either, but I assume Ayers Rock is the right pronunciation, unless you just spelt it wrong. But I'm hoping you just spelt it like it's meant to be pronounced. They come at 110 to watch. 110? It'd be like 4 something. Definitely not doing that. I mean, it'll be 110 for you. Sorry, yeah. It'll be 110 for you. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking of my time. My time is 4:10 a.m. Another miss on the board for Carlton. What do you mean everyone wakes up at 4 a.m.? Who's everyone? The army? Who's waking up at 4 in the morning, bro? Petrarca Mark, there should be a goal this. Hello Mark, how you doing? Here he comes, Petrarca. Go. Everyone has seen every time except 4 a.m. 4 a.m. is actually a forgotten time, is it? Is it really? I'd say 4 a.m. is more relevant than 5 a.m., if I'm being honest. Van Rooyen. So behind. Whenever I've woken up and checked my phone, it was 4 a.m. Mars says 2 days ago. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you never wake up at 4 a.m. Never wake up at 5 either, because like that's not even middle of the night. That's morning. 4 a.m. is still morning. It's still, I mean, it's still night. 5 a.m. is where the sun starts to come up. I mean, it depends on the country actually, and the season. .31 points between them. I know, right? There's 6 minutes left in this half. Like, what is this? Goal for Carlton, finally, their first goal since the first quarter. Yeah, again, it depends on the season and region. In England, during the summer, especially July and August, the sun comes up at like 5 a.m. It starts to come at 5 a.m. and then it goes down at like 9:30 p.m. And then in the winter it comes up at like 8 or something, and it goes down at, as early as like 5, 6. Hello GB, how you doing? Go you mighty Hawks. We're going to lose tomorrow, unfortunately. No chance of us will be beating Western Bulldogs. Why don't they adjust the clocks to a more useful hour? That's a lot of adjusting, to be honest. Free or a joke getting flashed by Eagles and you to make a free of them. Hey, look, at the start of the season, that wasn't a bad prediction. They had a good season last year. I'm not even watching that game, by the way. I can't be asked. The game started way too late. Like, it's a 7:50 Friday night I can handle, but like sometimes I miss like the last few minutes. There's an 8:10 Melbourne time, which is 11:10 England time. I cannot watch the whole game. I'd watch about 3/4. I have to go to work, unless of course it's my day off, but it's not. It's not my day off. Plus, it's pretty irrelevant. It's like neither team's doing anything this year, so. And West Coast would win it. North Melbourne could finish last potentially. Can you imagine? There's my 11:30 alarm. Why did the AFL make the Dogs be the last team to play West Coast? The other teams that was set to play them get to play them twice. Someone answer that for me? I don't know, mates. Good time for Perth viewers instead of the game starting 4:20 on a Friday. With best you finish work at 5 is 5:10. Fair enough. Surprised it's not a 9:10 given how relevant it is. They went outside WA. Jeez, that shot's fired. Motlop. Good mark. Blues could be in front in a second. Goal! Carlton ahead. Well played. West Coast are worse than the Dogs, and the Dogs are better. I wonder what the module will be. I don't know. Maybe 50. I think that's a good prediction. Satisfying the West Coast and North Melbourne both have 5-point wins against each other, and they're winning against a team with 0 premierships. Davidoff is in 3-0. The tracker. It's across the face, it's touched behind. They talk about 100 points for one team at quarter time. We better get 100 points between both teams, mates. We're not even halfway and we're almost at half time. 10 seconds left. Well then, Northern longest losing streak since 1933. They lose the last 2 games, there'll be a 21 losing streak, the 12th longest of all time. Let's hope that streak continues. Alright, I will be back. Well, I'm a little bit late. I missed 2 minutes. We are back. Anyone solved that mystery of how West Coast beat Collingwood and Melbourne last year? Me neither. Eagles actually half awful team out there. And we beat them this year, even though we're 16th, you know. Collingwood have a knack of losing to a weak team, a very weak team. Just a midday alarm. Arsenal playing in 30 minutes. I'm going to check the lineup. Not a bad lineup. Please tell me it's on Sky. Who do I think is winning? Well, Carlton have started the second half very well. But I can't tell because neither team is, scoring that much. So it could be anyone's game. Excuse me. Nope, the Arsenal game is not on. It's on BT Sport. What game is Arsenal on? What channel's Arsenal on? I think England women have started as well. No. Remember what happened last year? The exact same game could just be a repeat. Last year was a bit more exciting, the entire game. Some bloody BT Sport, I don't have it. Imagine if Carlton did WWS to make finals and they lose again by 1 point. Can you imagine? That would be insane. It looked like Eagles decided 2 goals enough, went home. Yep, pretty much. That's their work done for the day. Behind for Melbourne. That was Melbourne's turn to hit 2 behinds. Melbourne's clash guns look stupid. Why do they look stupid? For what reason? It just looks like the home kit, but slightly different shade of blue, basically. I think the main issue of it is it just looks, it's just the same as the home kit except slightly different shade. It should be a bit more unique. Goal for Carlton. Well, in a low-scoring game, a lead like this is pretty damn good. Mr. Cat says Melbourne's Clash Guernseys look like a $7 shirt from Walmart or something. Right. That's quite the insult. Imagine every team in soccer refused to have an away kit without all their colours on it. And no different what happens in AFL. So most of the time, in the Premier League anyway, every team will have 3 kits, and they're all different colours. The home kit will be whatever the club colours are, and then the away kit just varies. We've switched so much between yellow, blue, white, pink, green. This year we got two. Actually, this year we got a light green and a dark green. Different designs. Because the light green one looks like a tennis ball. It's got waves on it. Last year we had red, black, and pink, and I bought all 3 of them. I haven't bought any this year. I looked at the price and I thought, can't be asked. I see Hawthorn have got the Legends Guernsey on their website now. I might still wait till I head over to Australia to actually get it. Get an Uber to Waverley Park. Go Doherty. Carlton are flying. Carlton are flying. We have liftoff, my friends. We have liftoff. The off is lifted. That makes no sense, but I'll continue talking nonsense. I'm just checking that I turned my camera off. It would be awkward if I charged the battery and then left the camera on. I know this game having around 12, but we need that beautiful white Guernsey from Carlton and a nice, vibrant, normal Demon Guernsey. So can you guys please change your Guernsey to around 12 ones? Order it and have it mailed to your hotel in Alice Springs. No, just like when I fly into Melbourne, when I have time, because I think they have normal store hours like 9 to 6. I can't remember what it was, something like that, 10 to 6 or something. I'll just go in the morning, and I'll get that Guernsey, but I'll also look around, see if there's anything else I like. I just realized I need to buy a suitcase. I need to buy a suitcase. Because my big one broke in America. I don't know how it survived the plane, but it survived the plane. The zip is broken. I was expecting it to like fall apart in the plane, but it didn't. It was in one piece. My small one's still fine. So obviously I only did a small one for like Austria, Belgium and stuff. I don't need a suitcase. Mail my clothes to the hotels and then mail them back when I check out. That's a lot of shipping fees, mate. That's not very cost effective. That Legend Guernsey's so nice, man. I'm just looking at it. It's fully available and in stock. They've got a Guernsey hoodie, but it's for youth. How dare you? To be fair, they got a long sleeve Guernsey, but I got a classic one. Can't wait to visit Hawk's Nest again, mate. Cheaper than a suitcase. Are you sure it'll be cheaper than a suitcase? I'm not sure it will, mate. No Mark, but Batraka Sockers. It's a Melbourne girl. Have we had the highest scoring quarter yet in this quarter? Can barely tell. $11 goals in total. 11 minutes remain in this quarter. It is now 12-11 in England. Oh. My last suitcase broke, so obviously you need one of those $100,000 suitcases. Yeah, but it broke because I tried to fit too much in it, and then I tried to zip it up when it wouldn't zip up, and then I just pulled it so hard it broke. It won't be the case, I think, in Australia, because I'm gonna buy some things, but not anywhere near as much as last year. Last year I brought back a Sharon. Won't happen this time. I won't buy as much from the Hawk's Nest as I did last year. I'll probably buy more caps than anything else. I think I'll be all right. In America, I bought a lot as well. In California, I bought a lot over there. I don't think I'll buy anywhere near as much when I visit. I could be wrong. Third time this season, Adelaide lost to a top 4 team on the road by a goal or less. Yep, well, that's Adelaide's fortune. I love how the views on the stream basically reflect the game. Low scoring game, low scoring stream. It's on 56 total views, if you're curious. I'm pretty sure every other stream I've done isn't higher than this at this point. Including the blowouts I've reacted to. Melbourne's still a big threat. Also, I always ask in vlogs things like, when I broke that suitcase of the plating AFL board, can you comment how to do this? But you can Google it. Yeah, but I want to try and get interaction, that's why. That's the main thing that channel lacks. Comments. I get plenty of comments. The second channel gets the most comments. And at the moment, the most views as well, most watch time. But yeah, this channel gets comments on AFL videos and stuff. But that personal channel doesn't really get comments that much. It's mainly the Australian ones. Some of the American ones. There are some that did really well. There are like 2 or 3 that did amazingly. The sports events especially. Not just WrestleMania, but there's American sports I watched. The highest viewed one, I think, was LA, the soccer one, MLS. And also the Paramount Studios one did really well. But apart from that, like most of those videos, they don't. And the F1 videos get some of them, not all of them, but like the race day ones I've done. But like generally, there's not many comments on that channel. So I tried to get some sort of interaction. With that ball though, I contacted my airline and asked, can I put that in? The guy was so confused, just like, what's an AFL ball? I don't understand. What does this mean? And the guy on the phone from Qatar Airways Googled what an AFL ball was, just so he could tell me if I could take it in a suitcase. It was the funniest thing, honestly. Goal. That was a great goal. Melbourne back within 2 points. Focus on putting myself by reacting to more TV shows. There's not enough time for that. Can you imagine if I had that much time to do that much? Oh my word. There'd be like 5 stupid idiots videos a week. Didn't do early releases of reactions, remember, for fee profit, yeah, but again, that's a time thing. If I could afford to pay an editor, I'd probably do it. I'm just thinking about it takes like 45 minutes to edit an Ultraman video, which is literally just a 22-minute episode. I can't imagine myself trying to edit 1 hour long episodes into under 10 minutes and then releasing a longer version on Patreon. It just seems like a long day for me. If I was rich, I'd probably do it. Because I'd pay someone to edit it for me. I just think about it like, if I feel stressed editing a 20-minute episode, I don't even want to get involved. I did try once though. Davidoff Films was set up to react to TV shows. Like, it was a thing. It was an idea. But I tried 2 reactions. They both got blocked. I'm just like, yeah, I'm done with this. should have done it for Game of Thrones though. That should have been done. The final 2 seasons. Just start doing the One Punch Man reaction. Yeah, but that's just longer. Plus, I'm switching back to one in January. It's just that for now, I'm just grinding through videos. With the amount I travel, it's just probably won't work. Oh, that's a miss. 1 point now. We might have a good last quarter. Arsenal start in 10 minutes. Let me see how the women are doing in... oh, England are losing in the Women's World Cup. Brilliant. A chance to play Australia in the semis and we'll lose in the quarters against Colombia. Just as you do. But I hope they lose, or else you're either going to be a traitor or enrage Australia, huge Australian fan base. No, I want England to win that World Cup. It's probably the best chance to do it because they won the European tournament last year. They're very good in that. And there's a few good teams that have been eliminated, including USA, who are very good at the women's side of that game. I just think there's an opportunity there, so it'll be a bit. they're missing like 3 players injury wise, 3 good players, but still to have an opportunity and then lose in the in the quarterfinals is just would be typical, typical England. Jeez, Arsenal having trouble getting fans in the stadium, so they've delayed the game half an hour. Never thought I'd see that. Arsenal not playing in 7 minutes; they're playing in 37 minutes. I wonder if that's a coincidence because this season they've introduced digital-only tickets. So you can't use your membership card anymore to get in. You have to use your Apple Wallet. So they email you the ticket and you gotta download it onto your wallet. How many people have I shown that footage of me pulling GWS to? I haven't shown anyone actually. I was going to check something on my phone, I forgot. I opened my email, I'm just like, wait, what I come here to check? This will be a tasty last quarter. It's all set up very well. If I attend Collingwood and Port Adelaide final, will I be supporting Port? Yes, but if I'm surrounded by Collingwood fans, I'll be very quiet about it. I'll just be enjoying the game as a spectator. But the Magpies will win. The Collingwood Magpies. Just to specify, before a Port fan says, we're the Magpies too. Geez, 3 of us smashing it. The tryhards. Where would Freo go if they win? Nowhere close anyway. They'd be level with Gold Coast. They're already out, aren't they? Yeah, they're already out. Mathematically, I mean. They're already out anyway from weeks ago, but I mean, like, officially. If the Saints, Dogs, or GWS win, then they're out. Two of those 3 win, then they're out, I mean. Eagles ready to go home, yeah, pretty much. They woke up to beat North Melbourne, then stop playing again. One minute left. If anyone's getting another score before 3/4 time, it will be Melbourne. What do you mean they beat Northern? Oh yeah, they only lost by a point to Essendon. Still. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go. We have a quarter to go. just reading through what's going on at Arsenal. It seems to be what I said. The reason is they've switched to the only way to get into an Arsenal game now is either with your Google Wallet, Apple Wallet. They email you the pass and you got to download it onto your phone, on one of your wallets. And clearly it's not working because they're struggling to get fans in. Why would you take off membership cards? Like, it's such a simple entry thing. Apparently, I'm reading about people who stood outside the stadium, can't get in. I am George Costanza. Am I? He gets more women than I do, so... I wish, mate. See a Puss in Boots advert, yeah? It's quite a fun film. What's this, Disney Plus advert? Or no, it's not Disney Plus because it's not Disney. It is more than a trailer, mate. What's going on? They're showing a lot of scenes from this movie. That was a long advert for that movie, but fair enough. Just seen a picture of what's going on at Arsenal. You got to get it like George. Walk up and say, "My name is David. It will make less than the Australian minimum wage. I live with mum." Well, yeah. You think that would work, yeah? What do I think the final scoreline will be? 64-63. I'm not gonna say who. What is that wire in? So I'm trying to put my phone on charge. Of course it worked for jokes. This is for George. My name is Jordan. I'm employed. I live with my parents. I'm Victoria. Hi. Scores are level. We're about to head off into the grand finale of this game. Hopefully more entertaining than the rest of the game. It has been in the third quarter, to be fair. That first half, though, that was dreadful. Straight away. Straight away. Only took 29 seconds. Only took 29 seconds. Why is Arsenal game delayed? It's because they're having trouble with tickets. They recently introduced a new system where your tickets only through your Apple Wallet or your Google Wallet. They no longer do barcodes or membership card entry, and people can't get in. People are struggling to get in. There's people still outside the stadium. They can't get in with their tickets. So that's why it's been delayed half an hour. Well, so who wins? You get still get something out of it. Either the Dogs get to jump to fifth, or you get your upset right. Carlton get a mark. Australia has lowest unemployment history. Companies are desperate for workers. While you're here in the mornings, get a job at KFC. A little race for a few hours before the footy. What if it's another draw? Find a desk to sleep under and get paid for it. That'd be ridiculous because everyone gets their tip right. Goal for Carlton! And not just the people that tip Carlton, also the Dogs have to win comfortably in order to jump to fifth. Get your friend to call in a... Oh dear, I'm not sure about that one, Chief. Look, listen, ultimately, I was born and raised in London. It is my home. And also, ultimately, I am lucky enough to be able to watch Arsenal, who I love a lot. I have considered moving out of London, but leaving England is very unlikely. Moving out of London, London's expensive to live in. So I'm considering, because I want to move somewhere in 2 years' time. I'm considering moving somewhere outside of London, but somewhere convenient enough where I can get a train to London to watch Arsenal. I don't know what that area is, because it seems like all the cheapest places are up north, like 4 hours away. So just go and settle in bloody Scotland or something. It's cold, but at least, they got a lot of salmon over there in the waters, It might be alright. But then you have to get like a 6-hour drive to London for Arsenal. Mars says no. You were born and raised in the European Union, then it was taken away from you, and you were cursed to be a football fan to trap you in a low-paying country instead of moving to Australia. What? I was a football fan long before we left the European Union, mate. You never know. Like it could have happened in some ways or another, because um, Sri Lanka wasn't like civil war, and it lasted like 26 years. I think by the time it ended, I was 14, so it was a very long, drawn out war. But my family got out when they got out pretty early, and And because of the way history was, it was easier to move to an English country than anywhere else. It's just easier to settle in, easier to make a new life for yourself. So you'll find a significant amount of Sri Lankans in Australia, in England, and Canada. I don't know about the US. Probably there is in the US as well, um, and New Zealand as well. So I have relatives in Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane, and I have relatives in Canada, and I have relatives here in England. I have more relatives in these countries than in actual Sri Lanka. That's just how it is. Most of them just got out while they could. They can go back now. There's no war anymore, but it's a bit of political unrest over there even now. Easy. What about India? Oh, good question. I don't think they felt India was right for them, because my aunt went to India. Like initially, when she left the country, she went to India. If you weren't a football fan, you could have moved out before you got kicked out of the EU and still been in it. I still like it here though. Like the weather's awful most of the time, and obviously in London there's a crime rate problem. But overall, you know, we've got a fun city to explore. It's expensive just to get a train there, but still. Goal. What a set shot that was, bro. 3-goal lead for Carlton. Surely Carlton can't choke. Barbados is UK territory. Is it? Or Barbados? What's Barbados? What? Did you spell Barbados wrong, or are you saying Barbados? I'm very confused. There's a UK territory next to Spain that's called Gibraltar. I heard that's quite nice. Because Spain, even though it's in Europe, it's hot weather compared to the rest of Europe. Same with Italy as well. I also like, you know, the environmental side of England. You know, you go to the beach in England. There's no great white shark there. There might be a jellyfish. There are sharks, but they don't come to shore. But they're not big sharks. And then you know, there's no active volcano. We're not on the edge of a plate, of a tectonic plate. We do have tornadoes, but not huge ones. We don't get hurricanes, you know. I think there's appeal to that. You go to Australia, there's bloody saltwater crocs. There's great white sharks. The ship I'm going to go to Great Barrier Reef, they're giving me lycra suits to avoid jellyfish stings. How are you going, David? Hello, Vinny. How are you doing? I'm good. How are you? Canada more than England. Yeah, overall it's got much better scenery and stuff. That's fair. When I went to Canada, I went to Toronto. Right, they had like English style restaurants. We went in the taxi. Actually, I was like, I love the Queen. I'm just like, right. I've seen more British support in Canada than in the UK. Am I Sinhalese or Tamil? Tamil. Tamils were the most heavily affected by deaths in the war. So a lot of the Sri Lankans that moved are Tamil. Oh, what a goal! Koza. There's always the threat from Melbourne. But according to Wikipedia, the Tamils started the war and also lost the war. Sounds like Rwanda, except over 27 years and 100 days. Ever seen Hotel Rwanda? I have not. Yeah, so so they were called the Tamil Tigers. This was like a Tamil military, but they were not government, but they wanted more land. So they were pretty much terrorists. And they are literally terrorists. So they wanted more land. They started fighting over land. Yeah, in the end, there was a lot of brutality. But unfortunately, it wasn't just Tamil military over there, it was also civilians. So those civilians needed to get out. That's why a lot of Tamils left Sri Lanka, because they don't want to be involved in that. My family are from Jaffna, which is like northwest. It's very heavily affected. The north, obviously, because that's where the Tigers are from, and that's essentially where the war ended. But they were never going to win, really. They were fighting against the government. So literally, the Sri Lankan army against rebels who had a lot less in them. Joel Smith. It's a goal. It's within a goal again. If anyone can choke us, Carlton. The civil war led to more than 800,000 Tamils leaving Sri Lanka. and many have left the country for destinations such as Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, and India. Yep. I have relatives in Germany as well, I just realised. Just remembered. They can go back now, though. Now it's completely over. My family have gone there multiple times. Have I met all of these relatives? I've met the German ones. I've met the Canadian ones. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Well, I mean, there were some that lived in England and moved to Australia. Actually, so I've met those, but I haven't met those in Australia. But they live in Sydney now. And then I've met some Sri Lankan relatives as well in Sri Lanka. Hello, Genius Sack. How are you doing? Carlton will be out in week 1. Yeah, I guess it kind of depends who they play. Do they know what AFO is? No clue, maybe. Behind for Melbourne. That could have been a crazy goal. What's it have to fake not being? I am not a Carlton fan. Everyone says I am. I am not. Kick a drop punt, you had these triple kicks. You hate 5-point margins, like, that even one goal would change the entire result in 4 points, but of reverse margins. Melbourne are good at chasing the last quarter, aren't they? Anyone remember the Lions game a few rounds ago? Are there any West Coast players on the field? Oh wow, it's 70 points. Oh, they are so bad. They are so bad. They're actually awful. What I said the final score would be? I said 64-63, right? We're close. All right, 4 more behinds. 1 more goal, 2 behinds. Yeah, we're getting there. You wish the AFL was all like the 80s. Punch ups every 5 seconds. Ooh, it should go back to that Hawthorne Essendon game. Everyone started battering each other. Wow, the commentator said 12th of August. It feels like September is coming. How would we ever know? What comes after August, guys? September. Wow. Groundbreaking commentators. Groundbreaking. Absolutely brilliant. That's stupendous commentary. It is mesmerizing. Like, who would listen to anyone else? August 12th. It feels like September's coming. Oh, wow. Wow. In November, I'm going to say it feels like December is coming. Christmas is almost here, and Christmas Eve, I'll be saying. Who said that? I don't even know. I ain't got a clue, mate. Someone said it. Melbourne need a goal. Carlton need 2 more goals, I reckon. A bit like that Brisbane game that Melbourne won. Brisbane needed 2 more goals. They scored 1. They didn't get the other. They lost by a point. Here come the Blues. He's trying to get a free kick. Is that a free kick? He's paid it. Can someone please slap David? I think he's mental. Slap me for what? What did I do? I'm confused. Unless, wait, are you talking about me? I'm so confused right now. Jack Martin. It's not a goal. It's not even going to distance. Yeah, they still got possession. Ah, no. Nope. They still haven't got it. Damn it. Throw it. Think about the other David. Oh. Who's the other David? Who are we talking about? I'm very confused. David who? Damn it. Is Rishi Sunak related to me? No? Why would he be? I don't have any famous relatives. If I did, I'd brag about it, even if I didn't know them. There's actually a Senegalese guy in my class in secondary school. He lived in New Zealand for a bit, then he moved to England. You're watching the Western Derby, the real game. Yeah, the real game, mate. Look at that margin, mate. 77 points, yeah? Wow, what a game. I'm going to record my review after this game because I ain't waiting. And we know Freo have won. There's no comeback there. Remember when Freo scored 219 in 2019 against West Coast and lost by 91? This is Freo's revenge. Yeah, pretty much. They finally get to smash West Coast. Might be the last time they can do it. Oh no! Tackle him, okay. Is that free? It's not free. Who's that Carlton fan? Anyone see her? She's single. 2:39 to go. Carlton, 1 goal, mate. 1 goal. My stream is buffering! Don't you dare! But that's too much space, bro. Why are you giving him so much space? Go, kick it out. Not back to Melbourne, you idiots. You absolute idiots. You're an imbecile. You're stupid. And you escape. Mark on the line from Carlton. Oh, I think England just scored in the women's. It really is the exciting times. Oh no, they're winning 2-1. Yes! Yes! Come on, England. Even though this game wasn't very good, at least the ending is good. Didn't I tip Carlton? Should I want Carlton for my tip? I do want Carlton for my tip. That's why I was annoyed at the guy for giving possession back to Melbourne. They almost conceded in vain. I'm not in love with Carlton, mate. I just want them to win this game because I want the Lions in second. This is about the Lions. And also because of my tip, but this is because I want the Lions in second. I thought they couldn't do it because of Port, but now Port have dropped off. I need the Lions in second. Let's keep him there. Alright? The Lions have got a winnable game against St Kilda as well. I just need Melbourne to lose one more after this. As long as they lose this one, That's all I need. For God's sake, Petrarca. Is that touched or not? Is that touched or not? Please tell me it's touched. Umpire says behind. That's touched. That's touched, surely. Tell me that's touched. If it wasn't touched, match fix it. I'm kidding, by the way. I don't encourage match fixing. But please. Meanwhile, Freo just smashing by 83 points. Are they checking the knee as well? Not just the hand. Melbourne have won if this is it. I know 41 seconds is enough time for a goal. Insufficient evidence. The crowd roars. Alright, Carlton, just don't give it away. Hello, my team, how you doing? Just don't give it away, Carlton. Just don't give it away. I'm so glad he called behind and not goal. I just in women's shout ball S in the crowd. What? Release the ball, mate! Deliberate, Carlton. No. Holding the footy, Melbourne. What? Oh no, they're going to win like Brisbane again. God's sake. Kick it out! Kick it out! Why you have... Throw in. It's not deliberate. They got 12... No, it is. It's a free kick. What? 5 seconds. You done it. Lions in second. Let's go. Who've Melbourne got next? Melbourne have got Hawthorn. Oh, they're going to smash Hawthorn, unfortunately. Melbourne have got Sydney ACG last. Please lose that. I want the Lions in second. And I got my tip right, which is good. Those Melbourne fans are fuming. They are fuming. At least the ending was good, guys. That was such an awful first half. Third quarter lined it up a little bit. Had a great set. Sorry, that's a burp. Excuse me. Pardon me. They had a great setup for this last quarter, and the last quarter delivered. That last 3 minutes, though, my word. Ah, that is beautiful, mates. It's beautiful. It's absolutely brilliant. That's going to be mad if watching this stream. Well, I mean, I like the Lions a lot, so, you know. Arsenal have just started, as I've said that. I bet there's some fans still can't get in. Well, that was fun. I can't on the bottle of top 8 again. Imagine they do from here. That would be quite mad. They're currently, you know, doing well. 6 points off 4th place. It's not too bad. They just need to win one more win. One more win is all they need. Who they got? Excuse me. They got the Suns away. That's a tough game, but if they win that, they're there. And then they got the Giants. If they can beat the Suns, they'll be there. But yeah, this is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't know if I can name everyone, but Mighty M, Moss McGee, Mr. Cat, Genius Taco. Who else was here? GB, excuse me. Got a bit of a cough recently. Liam Elliott. Who else? Mark Lancaster. Riley B. Mason. Graz 10 was here. He's a Freo fan, so he'll be happy. And NBA. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Hopefully for next Friday's game.